Hey, what's good, guys? What's good, Marlo? What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Kick. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. And we are back again. Alright, let's turn down the tunes. Alright. Alright, guys. We are back to continue blasting this timeline. What you up to today, Mr. Marlowe? Oh, I did it again. Oh.
Stand down or die.
You're having a good time. Consider following. I don't know why. I just got a case of the yawns right now. I wonder if that's just gonna be sticking around all night. What's up, my man? Nothing much for Sonic. What's good, bro?
Stand down or die.
Anybody see the Path of Exile announcement today? I didn't see much. I started watching Rax's breakdown when I got home. What gaming chair do I use? I don't use a gaming chair. This is a hold up. Just your standard office chair. I believe it is made. Yeah, you probably can't really see that, but it is made by Serta. It's very comfortable. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the gaming chairs. I was watching it between meetings. Not sure how I feel about 0.2. Yeah. I'm gonna try and watch Ratchets. I've been looking for a good one. My secret lab broke my back. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Infrasonic. Yeah, I got this at. Oh, I think I got this one at Office Depot here in town before the Office Depot here closed. I've had this chair for about 4 years. Hey, what's good, Brandon? I love your content. This bill is so much fun. I played this yesterday. Lightning Smite Paladin Cycle. Oh, hey, what's good, Brandon? Thank you so much for coming on by, bro. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the build, man. Actually work for a furniture drop shipper. Oh, that's cool, Chriskin. Yeah, this is just a standard office chair made by Serta, or at least that's the name on the back. I remember it was for big and tall people. I'm kind of heavy, so I needed a chair that would support my support my weight and just be super comfortable. I've never gotten into those gaming chairs. I think I don't think there's any function there at all, personally. They look cool, but I think that's about it, in my opinion. I'm not gonna talk too much trash. I will say I'm probably getting near the point where I gotta... Actually, I think I've had this thing for like 5 years. I think I got it in 2020. Yeah, man. I'm getting near the point where we might be getting close to where I need to be picking out a new chair. Sadly, you're in finance. Sales is the other department. Ouch. Yeah, I'll probably just use this chair until it falls apart, but it's still going strong, but at some point I will have to replace it. I remember it was kind of expensive, for me at least. It was like $400 or something, but I mean, I've got my money's worth out of it. All good, gotta do my due diligence and find one that works. Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, it depends on how much you sit at a desk. Like, this chair is pretty good, but I do know on like those days I go longer, like I do like the longer streams, I definitely can feel it after around 12 hours. So I mean, I think that's pretty good for a chair that, for the most, I don't do this full time. Even so, I think 12 hours is still pretty phenomenal. You can always do a good peruse of National Business Furniture, even if you decide to buy somewhere else. It's a good site for comparing. I got you, Christian. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the Crushing Echo. Get that flat melee void. There we go. Those are spears. Kind of look like pole arms. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. I changed the build. We're using Void Cleave as a traversal right now. It might behoove me to take 3 charges. Hey, what's good, Chris? Over on YouTube. How you doing, man? Welcome back. Yeah, so going back to what I was talking about earlier, Malric was asking, said he doesn't know what to think about Path of Exile 2 yet, or at least 0.2. To me, it kind of confirms my opinion. This just could be, you know, confirming a bias I already held. Just leaving Path of Exile alone for a little while. At least, according to Rax, it looks like everything we know about the game is changing, and that's not something I'm kind of glad I haven't invested a ton of time into it. and no hate, it's just I don't have enough time to, like, it would have to become my main game. I would have to drop Last Epoch essentially to be that invested into Path of Exile, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll enjoy checking it out when we get closer to launch on that game. I just want them to have the game that they think to achieve the dream that they want for that game. Ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, I do, so to speak, but I would have to drop Last Epoch. I can't create content for both. I mean, heck, I'm barely a content creator for Last Epoch. Hey, what's good, not Padfoot? I'm barely a creator for Last Epoch. Like, I release like one build a week, if I can do that. I got some stuff I gotta do this weekend. I don't know if this build would be ready by the time Monday rolls around. You're spoiled by the quality of life. They're definitely adding a lot of supports. I just wish I enjoyed the gameplay. Ain't nobody got time for that. Sub, ain't nobody got time for that and to enjoy themselves. I've said it before, but I'm spoiled by Ellie's quality of life and crafting. I can't go back. All those free stash tabs in Epoch. Also, Hello's good old Insomnia. Yeah, I was kind of bummed the only crafting PoE 2 added was just more gambling. I haven't seen the full breakdown yet, and honestly, I would rather just, instead of me just watching it going, okay, then I could, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna try and watch Rax's breakdown. I find Rax to be very knowledgeable on action RPGs, and I trust his opinion. If I wanted to play a game that demands the time PoE 2 does, I'd go back to WoW, and that's not a healthy decision for anyone. I got you, Chris, over on YouTube. I haven't forgiven PoE 2 for stealing Epoch's launch date. I don't know what, like, if was it intentional, was it not? I've heard arguments from both crowds. You know, at the end of the day, both companies make games. I still am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still a little bitter at Last Epoch. All right. I've said it multiple times. I feel like all of this could have been avoided had they actually released content. Like, they've been so timid of Path of Exile. Now we get these weird ass releases. My original statement still stands. I still give them a pass for changing. All right, releasing and then 2 days later, Path of Exile 2 releases a giant patch. Yeah, I get it, but why were we here in the first place? You know what I'm saying? They've been trying to get so far away from anything Path of Exile that I feel like they got kind of played. So, I mean, I love Last Epoch. I'll continue to play it. I just hopefully everybody else can see that this game is amazing and they can continue to be successful and not have to dance around what Path of Exile is doing. Honestly, kind of dodged a bullet. Monster Hunter releasing same weekend as Path of Exile 2. Yuck. Yeah, that is my point. PoE 2 does not respect a player's time. It is very demanding of your time, and you can't quite play it casually and expect to get far. I would have to try and play Last Epoch casually. I mean, I'm typically blasting it, but I could see it. I saw the release. PoE is very demanding, to be honest. I mean, and they appeal to that crowd, right? They appeal to that crowd. Obviously, you know, everybody wants the casual players, but typically the people who keep playing your game are the blasters. So it just so happens to be, it looks like Path of Exile is appealing to the blasters, where there's nothing wrong with that at all. I am not dogging on that at all. Because we see what's going on with Diablo 4, right? They start catering to the casual, which I don't think is a bad idea, but, you know, all the blasters are gone now. Air Dragon said what I said. Sup, amigo? I hope you have a good session tonight. Appreciate it, Castor. Yeah, I was talking to a streamer, and they think casual is 4 to 5 hours a day. Yeah, no. Casual is not 4 to 5 hours a day. Like, what? No. No, casual is definitely not 4 to 5 hours a day. If that's the case, I, who stream the game every day, am below casual. I typically am streaming between 2 to 4 hours. I mean, let's be honest. Like, I've been doing the 3-hour sessions pretty regularly now. But there was a point in time there when, you know, content was pretty thin and I still wanted to maintain a presence in the community. I would stream for 2.5 hours, then call it a day. Now, you guys get anywhere from a 3 to even 4 hour stream. And then on the weekends, I've gone to 5 hours. Those are kind of long for me. I do not call that casual. In our short time playing, my wife and I are curious to know, after these great updates for Last Epoch, PoE 2, and Diablo, where does Last Ark stand in all of this? ACN, yo, Bike, hope you're doing good. Love your content. ACN, I appreciate it. Lost Ark, I think I called it Last Ark. Lost Ark, from what I remember, people said it had pay to win in it. In my opinion, some people see pay for convenience to also be pay to win. It depends, but you know, pay for convenience, pay for progress, pay to progress faster. Okay, yeah, and then that's fair. Like, it's a Korean game, all right? No shade against Korean games, but every Korean game I played, they are very demanding. They want your time. They want you in their game. That's my main takeaway from Korean games. And then if you just don't have the time, well, you can swipe your credit card and make it a little easier. Casual is 1 to 2 hours on the extreme. In a day, yeah. 4 to 5 hours a week, maybe. Yeah, casual is 3 hours or so, and also not every day. Right. Yeah, Diablo has gone downhill since D2. Man, you guys are just... I'm trying to keep up with this. That's according to actual market data. The problem is market data from most sources more heavily favor the hardcore because they respond. I know, right? The casuals aren't the one responding to surveys. I get 1 to 2 hours tops every other day, depending on the wife and kids. Usually 3 to 5 hours a week. That's yeah. I got you, Rim Reaper. What game do you play? Bike, you should check out Torchlight Infinite. Yes, it has pay for convenience, but it is hella fun and it's not particularly demanding. I got you, Infrasonic. Eternal Return is a good Korean game. It's like League of Legends in a survival game had a baby. Lost Ark is too much time gated and time locked. Best strat is to daily grind with like 5 different tunes or pay. But yeah, in general, they're grindy. Just started LE, used to play WoW back in the day. I'm a recovering WoW addict. TL is a meme. Same story, peaked at Torchlight 2. Yeah, so Brian over on YouTube, the consensus, at least with Twitch chat, seems to be, in my opinion too, Lost Ark is a very grindy game. Okay, so we got this. Double the forging potential. Okay. Do I try to sneak on a melee attack speed? Okay. I think I'm going to try and seal melee attack speed. Let's... Armor shred. Ouch. Ouch. But hey, it gives me a chance to shred armor. I could go blind for critical strike avoidance, but I feel like that's such a feels bad. Chance to bleed could actually suit this build quite well, but I'm going to put 1 shard of increased area. Okay. All my forging potential is gone. Well, it's not gone, but I'm going to have to try it though. I kind of want more builds for Shaman or Primalist, not gonna lie. I just personally, I get kind of bored with those classes. Like, I have a question about damage. I have like skeleton to my necro build, fire build. Should I go for minion damage or fire damage? You're doing a skeleton build, ACN, and if the skeleton is doing damage for you, I would say go minion damage. Yeah, minion damage, ACN. And good question. Good question. I will be perfectly honest though, ACN. I do not play a lot of minion builds. But from the last time I was playing, that was the way to go. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I got kind of a low roll, but I mean, melee fire and increased melee attack speed. That's good, right? Grim Dawn is great, and get another expansion with a new class. Dude, I feel like everybody keeps talking about, oh yeah, Grim Dawn, it's coming out with new stuff. You know, new expansion coming soon, and I'm still waiting. And I heard about that like, you know, early last year. Or late 2023. Yeah, I was hearing about it late 2023. Because I decided to go and stream Grim Dawn for a week. And people were coming by asking if I had heard about the expansion that they had talked about. And they were saying summer 2024. They cook low and slow. Got it. I think we'll see it this summer. It sounds like they keep adding more and more to the DLC and it keeps getting pushed, so maybe a good thing. Yeah, maybe, Mauer. Competition in a genre is always good, of course.
Stand down or die.
Do you get drops off erased it? Yes, they still drop. I got a clip for you. Thank you so much for the likes over on YouTube, guys. I really appreciate it. So let's pull up a clip. Let me see if I can find it. It's kind of buried in here. Okay, let's take a look. It's in a book. Alright, so let's look at shorts. I gotta see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Get shareable link. Go over here to Twitch. Hey, what's good, Reefer? There we go. That right there, my friend, is a YouTube short of me having some fun with good old Averoth. Stick around and see what happens. Sup, nerds? Have I ever tried playing with a controller? Yes, I don't like it. It's not bad. I just like mouse and keyboard. It's also when I'm streaming, it's just because let me show you. Because here's the thing. when I'm playing with a controller, I'm either going to do this so I can keep talking on the mic, which is going to cause my shoulders to roll forward and give me bad posture. Or I'm going to want to lean back in my chair like this so my shoulders maintain that and I'm not having to constantly, you know, keep rolling them back. But now I would have to be playing like this. Does that make sense? I would have to be like doing this, like, yo, what's up, guys? I mean, no. How does a high chair? Glad to see you kicked out that bike loon. Yeah. Stand up and play with a controller, Kappa. But no, I get wrist pain from gaming with a mouse, but not typing on a keyboard. Don't know why. Yeah, that's fine, Manamo. Might be the angle. Yeah, maybe. So, Infrasonic, you want to know about Erasing Strike. The answer is simple. If it kills enemy gets erased. Let me see. The Erasing Strike would have to do that. That guy disappeared. That guy disappeared. They disappeared. Kill threshold, my friend. Kill threshold. At 10% health, erased. Gone. Kill threshold. Dead. Deleted. Control-Alt-Delete, even. Oh, frick? Bid Uber Dade. Okay, Reefer, are you having a stroke? Has anyone ever tried an all-unique bleed build? I don't know. In this house, we tilt forward in our gaming chairs locked in. Yeah, stroking out as we speak. Well, like we taught to grip, hold, or claw hold the mouse. That stuff will break your hand later in life. Really? Dade was just a funny way of saying dead. Oh, okay. If you say so. In my mind. Building the bleed hammer, notice a lot of uniques have bleed potential. Thank you for your help, by the way, brother. Oh, absolutely, Mr. Big Boss. Thanks for coming on by, man. I'm trying to think. Have I ever tried an all-unique build? I mean, I guess if you can get enough... I'm trying to think. What would you use in your chess piece? I mean, you can use the Aberoth chess piece. Was it Noel Porton? He died in the head. Okay, he gets it. Are the sets trash? Been saving ones I find. Rim Reaper. Are you going to be playing? Are you going to be starting a new character in cycle, or are you gonna in season, or are you going to keep playing your legacy character? Well, that's why we have to ask questions here in Personic. The Exsanguinous one? Yeah, but that's low life. I don't know. Now I'm overwhelmed. Oh, okay, Rim Reaper, that's all good. There's nothing, as far as I'm aware of, that's cycle exclusive. I don't even think Uber Aberoth is cycle exclusive. The bugs? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so Rim Reaper, what you're going to be able to do next cycle is you're going to be able to break sets down. I don't know if you have to go to a special happy place where you can do that or if you can do that right from your forge. But you'll be able to break them down into shards and then craft onto exalted and whatever pieces of gear like what I got here to turn that item into a set item while still being an exalted piece of gear. It'll have an affix from the set item you have broken down. So they will be much more valuable in the next season. New dungeon, Orbis, happy place. At the moment, Rim Reaper sets are only moderately useful and mostly for leveling or some niche builds. So this league, no, don't say. That's why I was asking if you're going to be playing in, if you're going to be playing your legacy character or in the new season. Exsanguinous? Mr. Big Boss? Oh. Maybe I'm... Yeah, you're not crazy, PJ. No, he's not crazy. YouTube has crazy compression for 1080p. I have the capability of streaming 1440p, but Twitch only does 1080p. So I have to stream lowest common denominator. Since Twitch is 1080p, on YouTube I have to also stream 1080p. And the quality is compressed over on YouTube. I don't think it, like, obviously I'm not, I mean it like I have a tablet over here with the stream on YouTube just so I can, keep an eye on it. It looks fine right here, but I mean, I could tell there's some compression. The question is this Orbeez happy place the Rule 34 inspired dungeon or more in the vein of Poppy Playtime? Who's Poppy Playtime? Bike, do you use two PCs? Or I stream from one PC. You can ask chat. If you're over here on Twitch, you can scroll down and see what kind of specs I have. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot. We found a red ring on this solo character yesterday. During yesterday's stream, I stuck it in the Nemesis. Critical strike avoidance is actually not terrible. Yeah, I got a 4080 Super, so it's... Well, let's see. We're streaming and playing the game, and we are currently using 37%. We're streaming and playing the game, streaming at 1080p, playing the game at 1440p, and we are using 37% of the CPU power. This is ultra settings. Yeah, and unfortunately for, like, I got the bitrate for both Twitch and YouTube at 6,000 because, again, lowest common denominator. Twitch only allows up to 6,000. You got me on a TV for the YouTube stream and it looks fine. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, Chris. When I watch the past broadcasts, it's not like I'm sitting there looking for stuff, but when I pull up past broadcasts on my phone, they look fine. I'm guessing, you know, oh gosh, I hate these things. Get rid of this. I'm not going to swear on stream. Get rid of Covenant of Dominion. The worst.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Thanks, Mauer. Worst unit to add into the game, man. I had to. I'm sorry. Swear jar. I said I'm not swearing on. Oh, do I need a? I have a 4070 Super. Not sure how well that could do for streaming. 4070 Super's just fine. It'll work. Depends on the game you're streaming. At least you're not playing hardcore. I hear you. I'll swear for you. Covenants can eat. Yeah. YouTube looks perfectly fine. There's just a noticeable difference as someone who typically watches on. I got you, PJ. That's why I'm kind of like, wait, PJ's talking on Twitch? Wait, what happened?
Stand down.
Still prefer YouTube as it allows you to rewind, and I share YouTube Premium with the missus. Yeah. F11 shows your in-game FPS. Worst unit in the game. Okay. You guys can probably not see it, but over here I have the Steam FPS as well. F11 looks like this is the in-game FPS counter. And if you do CPU encoder, it hardly matters. What I wish Twitch would support is AV1. The only reason why I went with an NVIDIA card this time around is the AMD decoder looks terrible. But the AMD cards support AV1, at least the 7000 series did. Supports AV1, but Twitch doesn't support AV1 yet. YouTube does, but not Twitch. So I again had to go lowest common denominator here and went with an NVIDIA card for the NVENC. AV1 rocks. Yeah, so I mean, you know, plus side, this card also supports AV1. It's just, you know, I wanted a 7900 XTX. And since I had to use NVENC, I had to go with NVIDIA. Eventually, hopefully, I can use AV1 someday when both platforms support it. Wish YouTube Premium would allow you to make different profiles. It indeed too expensive for what it provides, but I use YouTube more than any other video service. So I don't know if I'm grandfathered in, but right now I have YouTube Premium Family Plan. And we have like, what, 4 or 5 people on it for $22.99 a month. I don't think there's any, you know, oh, you make content for us, here's a discount package either. That's just what we play for it's just what I pay for the family plan. And I use so much. Can I create a different profile? Yeah, for the family plan, you can assign it to 4 accounts. I'm guessing I'm using OBS. Yes, I'm using OBS. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. Yeah. No, that's what the family plan is. You can give it for up to 4 accounts. I mean, all 4 of those accounts could be your accounts, but it's family plan. I got you. Oh, it's 4? Okay, that's fine. You and 4 other people. Oh, so for a total of 5. Okay, cool, cool. That's what I was thinking. Thanks, Reef. I bet you feels better about your 4080. Yeah, remember that? Like, I don't think anybody was hardcore giving me grief, but there were some people who were like, I know you needed a computer now, but the 5080, man, it's right around the corner, and now I'm looking at it going, ah! Yeah, I feel really good about the if I had to go with an NVIDIA card, I'm really glad I went with the 4080. I mean, if I could have gotten a 4090 for a reasonable price when I was putting this, I mean, the thing is, I do think the 4090 was worth the money, but I didn't have the money. One 4090 would have been the cost of my entire rig. So, I mean, your last NVIDIA card short circuited. Yeah, I've been an AMD user since 2020, and I've had a really good experience. But when I was streaming, the AMD like system or codec is really bad. I'm sorry. It is just absolute trash. So I was streaming with my processor on my last computer, and I feel like that was putting a lot of strain on the computer because I was streaming all sorts of different games, and it was starting to have a hard time keeping up. And I decided to build a new computer, and I wanted to stream with the graphics card and not the processor anymore. So my only choice for streaming on Twitch, I mean, I could have used AMD, but the only thing you can use is their codec until Twitch supports AV1. You said 4090? Hey, man. If you could get one for 1600, all right, but the fact of the matter is, you couldn't, at the time I was building, nobody could get one for 1600. Like, most people, like, the only way you could get one is if you paid, like, 2200, and that was pretty much the price of the whole rig I built. A lot of high-end RAM. Yeah, I have DDR5 RAM. So, yeah, I was going to... When I put together my next computer, I was going to, when I was building my computer, I was going to get a 7900 XTX, but when I realized that I couldn't stream to Twitch with AV1, I decided to go with NVIDIA so I can use NVENC. As a 4090 owner, it's way too much money for what it gives. I only got it because I was a tech editor at the time. White's 4070 Super is like 70% of the FPS at 1/3 of the price in most games. True, but Chris, I create a lot of content and editing, and the 4080 is great, but having a little extra headroom on the VRAM would help expedite some of these renders. As just a casual user, yeah, I would agree. It's probably a little high, but I would actually be able to put that to work. My PC costs like $3,000 UK, but I waited like 5 to 6 years, and most of the games started looking like Minecraft. The later years, I could tell you about 4 computers I built had AMD melted because of bad heat sinks. $1,600 is what you pay for your whole computer. A lot of high-end rent. Yeah, yeah. The infamous heat sinks falling off because of bad physical connections. What? Oh. Oh, no wonder I'm doing no damage. This is... Okay, yo. I understand this is procedurally generated, but don't put 2 critical strike avoidances back to back and then put in those freaking bird characters, man. Sir, I'm not an engineer, but no, just yank your chain. I buy PC. When PC breaks, I buy new one. There you go. Sounds like a strategy. By the way, gifted subs are 35% off. Oh, did that start today? I mean, you guys went freaking crazy last week. I wasn't going to be all like, hey, 35% off. Yeah, no. You guys were super generous last week, so thank you. Oh, we got the bird guys again. The bird guys are not that bad, but when you have a crit build that was doing no crits because they had critical strike avoidance. Yeah, and it's only 35% off if you gift 5 or more. Buy in bulk, they said. So, Chris, when you were a tech editor at the time, was the 4090 worth it to you, or was it still just horribly overpriced? Was it just, you know, to have the latest and greatest? And there it is. Jeez, we met the sub goal. Air Dragon, thanks for the thanks for the gifted subs, man. Oh my gosh, thank you for the gifted sub. One went to Robo Power. That's awesome. Appreciate it, Air Dragon. Thank you for helping us meet the goal. Yeah, dude. You were already so generous last week, man. It was 100% to have the latest and greatest. I've never been able to fully leverage it. I got you, Chris. That's fair. You know what? To be fair, I'm probably not fully leveraging the 4080 yet. There might come a point where I will. Manamo, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you, thank you. I missed it. I guess I'll pay like a grown... Wait, but Namo, did you just put us into a hype train? You did. You put us into a hype train. Air Dragon and Manamo put us into a hype train. That's hilarious. All aboard, everybody. Air Dragon, your conductor, is taking us for a ride, you know? We could use some hype after the Covenant. I mean, that's my own personal problem anyway. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, Air Dragon, and thank you for subscribing, Manamo. I don't know that I'll ever even use a ray trace game. Yeah, I'm not really... Like, ray tracing's cool. I'm not super big into it. We can use some hype after the Covenant. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I think I'm just gonna settle. No. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hit this for the +10. Okay, let's do this one. Then let's try and cleanse. Then let's come back. I just love me a sail. Appreciate it, Air Dragon. I love those magical beans half off. Oh, Vinceris got one too, man. That's cool. That's cool. Vinceris and Robo Power got a gifted sub, man. Oh, plus 14. We might as well keep going. We're just trying to get, you know, extra good corruption here. But yeah, roughly 3 weeks away now. Hopefully enough new content to last us a few months. Depends on how you play the game. Yeah, it depends on how you play the game. I've also tested systems with 4 RTX A6000s, which is nuts. That sounds nuts.
Stand.
48 gigabytes of VRAM per card. $350.
Stand down or die.
Hype Train success. Thank you for everybody who contributed to the Hype Train. Air Dragon and Manamo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Level 4 Hype Train, man. You guys are awesome. Mathras, thank you for following on Twitch. Dual 1100 watt PSUs. Oh my gosh. Matt, no problem. Appreciate all the build guides. Love the content. Appreciate it, Mathras. I've got a lint for my pocket and a used piece of gum. Best final offer. Denied. My can of beans is worth more. Okay, you guys are talking about some weird stuff, all right? You're talking about selling a can of beans for a used piece of gum and a piece of lint. Was the Mobo on its own part or the mix? Well, I'll take them because options. Is there any other hammer throw setups that are interesting? Are you going to be playing Paladin? Because if you're playing Void Knight, I mean, you could do this on Paladin, but if you're playing Void Knight, you can go up this side of the tree and take Disintegrating Aura. This is a rather interesting one, right? Disintegrating Aura can be pretty fun. You could also go Nova Hammered In. Right, so you go up here, you grab Avatar or Spires, which doubles the hammers are now thrown in a Nova with double the amount of additional hammers unless your hammers spiral. But if you take this node, Inra's Technique, you no longer spiral, chain, or orbit, and you gain all these benefits from having you know, your spiral and orbit and all that stuff. It's pretty interesting. I at one point I would have recommended to you, Brian, the smite hammers, but those are kind of leave my sausage dog out of this. That is a statement. No, that's my own fault. Uh-huh. Well, normally when his head does the whole, like, you know, like Viper Cobra dance, that means he's about to... I don't know if I got this, guys. The build might not be ready for this. There we go. Oh my gosh. No lightning damage. I guess I could take the health regen. The mana is probably gonna be a little bit more. Call me Fox Mulder because I want to believe. Hey, what's good, Gwath? Those Harbingers sure are spicy. Lagon, I mean, oh yeah. GG. This is the worst. Like, this is one of the worst Harbingers. This is such a small arena. Constantly, they never figure this out because constantly, you know, even though this dude's dead, apparently his tentacles can still block you from leaving, you know, right? And then the Harbinger will frequently just, you know, glitch out into here. And then you're like, well, I'm a melee build, you know, screw me, man. Now I'm trying to think. I think I'm good on the other Harbingers. It's time for me to go pick a timeline and farm it, which for me will always be the Black Sun. No. How are we doing today? I'm doing all right, Motor. How about you? Call my builds tickle builds. Fairly safe, no damage, eventually dies by endless prodding. Yeah. That sounds about right. Is it worth getting almost the blessings you want before blasting a single timeline? It could definitely be worth. Depends on your build and how valuable those blessings are. Respect, brother. Yeah. Oh, good. You thanked Air Dragon. Robo Power showing up, going, thanks for the sub, brah. He's like, look at all these emotes I can use.
down or die.
How's your gear looking? Some improvements from yesterday? Not really. Pretty much still the same stuff. I mean, this, which we did get yesterday, this is probably my biggest one. Oh my gosh. This has probably been my biggest upgrade. I'm not giving them 200% crit chance. This build does not have 100% critical strike avoidance. If only I could use it. I pick it up because it's good. It's corn. You can never have enough exalts. Yeah, you can. Yeah, we appreciate you stopping by, RoboPower. I'm glad you got a sub, man. You've been coming by here for a long time. Oh my gosh. I do like the damage of this build. I mean, if we can get a better sword or axe, that'd be good. Right now I need the crits. I mean, I guess I could go farm the crit helm. I would probably rather use a Leonine's though. If I'm being perfectly honest, I need some critical strike reduction, at least in terms of damage. Cool. I mean, I guess I still got Abyssal Echoes, which gives me a blind, which blinds the enemy.
Stand down or die.
Now we can start getting some attack speed here. Yeah, 12% now. My level 5 Sentinel just had Firestarter's Torch drop. Is it useful? Your SSF. Brian, especially if you're playing with hammers, actually with any build, Firestarters is probably going to be one of your best in slot. Spreading Flames, which is what Firestarters spreads, is nuts. It is nuts. So like, hey, if you are using a hammer like this, all right, man, like look at this. I have no throw and attack speed on this character, right? This is not the greatest example of hammer throw, but you see how many hammers I'm throwing out there? There's a little bit of shenanigans here, but imagine each of those hits having a chance to apply ignite and spreading flames. It's very powerful early on. In my opinion, it starts to fall off later. I don't think it's the greatest, you know, whatever build. If you're playing a particular build, it can probably slot in just fine for right now. Spreading Flames is very strong as an ailment. When does it start to fall off? Depends on what you got slammed into it, but normally when I start getting to around Empowereds, I feel like, I mean, there's a few builds that can use fire starters, but I feel like you got better options.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, it would definitely be useful for that. Holy Trail is fine. I like when I leveled my Bleed Hammers build. I always start my Bleed Hammers build as Ignite Hammers because there's just so much support for Ignite. I do use Holy Trail in that build. I use Holy Trail for this build, and I feel like it just was not that great. Like at first it feels very strong, but then by the time I got to level 90 monos, it just fallen off. One can make an argument that I didn't fully utilize it to the best of its ability, but I mean... Use Nova hammers while leveling through a campaign and it seemed to work for you? That's awesome.
Stand down or die.
Right, Brian. Chance to ignite and spreading flames are two different ailments. Now, spreading flames only has one, like, only stacks up to one time, but it does a lot of damage per stack. Like, whoa. And then it has a high chance of spreading flames. I'm just gonna leave it. Ah, man, I'll take it. I'll take it. Sure.
Stand down or die.
What am I at for this faction? Tier 5. Okay, tier 6 is where it'll get interesting. I should go visit. I didn't buy a single prophecy on my last character. This character, I'm on the struggle bus. I need boots. I need movement speed. Cool. Yeah, I get it. Thanks.
Yes? I was just on my way to amend the record. How can I help you?
Boats, and I can't even use these yet. No, sad day. Monoliths only. Okay, should be good enough. Let's get back here. I'm gonna grab a drink. Be right back, chat. And we got a Falconer build they really enjoy. Hey, what's good, Wyron? I don't really play Falconer. I've played it like early leveling stuff, but I don't have like an in-game build. From what I've heard from others, Bleed and Falconer, Bleed Falconer and Ballista Falconer are pretty strong. You know what, who you could check out on YouTube is this guy. Check that guy out on YouTube. Same name. He puts out a bunch of Falconer content. And it's not just like the same old Falconer content. It's like unique builds. Yeah, anytime, Lyron. Brian, did you hear my response to your question? I just want to make sure. I mean, honestly, at this point, these just might end up being a default upgrade. What about this one? Might be a default upgrade. Who knows? I need gear on this character. I am starved. Okay, dodge rating we can't really use, but check that guy out on YouTube, Brian, if you're interested in Falconer content. Oh my god, I got so freaking screwed. Alright, probably a little less health, right? Yeah, a little less health, but we get more armor, we get void resistance, and we get a lot of better stats. Many thanks. You're very welcome, Brian. I think we're good off all the yellows except for that one. Why didn't I ever edit this?
Yes. Take care.
Exalted axes? I could use that. Gotta go do this arena.
Stand down or die. Stand down. Stand down or die.
Here we go. Ooh, what am I gonna do with any of this? Banish. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, T7 increase void. Do I use this? Probably not. Let's just get rid of it.
Yes. Take care.
Stop for a moment. Thank you for the likes over on YouTube, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully you're all having a good one. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're all having a good one, guys. I don't know if you guys play Path of Exile 2, but is anybody hyped for that announcement? Are you more interested in the game? I think I still want, me personally, still want to give it some more time. Before I just sink a bunch of time into it, because they already said they're going to be changing a lot of systems again, and I mean, that's awesome, that's great, but I don't want to have to constantly be relearning the game or different systems. Ooh, increase spell damage, increase void damage, and percent health on one item. Can we do anything about that damage reflected? Can we do anything about this? I'm not going to try and seal it. I could try and seal the void. What I could do, I can't even, oh my gosh, what a, it is so annoying sometimes being like this underleveled, trying to use these pieces of gear. It can be, it's just annoying sometimes. I'm just being cranky, guys. I'm not, I don't really blast the leveling game that much. Oh, there we go. So is the point Shattering Force wasted having Ignite spreading flames? Shattering Force. Hits have a chance to reduce enemy armor. Yeah, me personally, I would not take Shattering Force with that kind of build. Yeah, because the Ignite and Spreading Flame, since they're damage over time, they're just gonna cut. They ignore armor anyway. Now, if you're trying to do more damage with your hammers, this could be useful. But personally, Brian, when it comes to stuff like armor shred, try and find a room for it on your gear instead of in the ability itself, unless it's something really kind of universal. Like, look, like this is a T7, but look, I have nearly a 200% chance to shred armor from just this neck, and you can also get it on your gloves and your weapon. Hey, what's good, bro? Any more red rings? Not yet. That's what I was using, Dodang. But I didn't need the sustain, and it wasn't doing much damage for me. Right now, this is giving me a lot of big bops. I leveled all the way up with Healing Hands. The unfortunate thing is I needed more damage, and I'm getting more damage out of Abyssal Echoes. Healing Hands is really useful if you're trying to apply a lot of stuff real quick. The damage was not all that. And if I was using the crit helm, then yeah, the sustain would help. Perry the Pig with the raid. Hey, what's good, Perry? Welcome on in. Yeah, I wanted to run Abyssal Echoes. What's good, everybody? Welcome on in. Beer Bark, thank you for the follow over here on Twitch. How you guys doing today? Welcome on in. What'd you guys learn with Perry? Perry, thank you so much for the raid. You went to watch Perry and then you ended up back here. Welcome back. All right, cheers, Brian. Can Void smite echoes on VK? Hello, gamer. Have a good stream. Appreciate it, Perry. You take care. If you're over here on Twitch, if you don't know who Perry the Pig is, he's the guy who just raided us. Go check him out. His name should be appearing right over chat right now. If you haven't clicked on the follow button, give that a click and check out Perry the Pig. Legend in the community. This guy has been grinding this game. You're gonna go take a nap? Hey, try and get some sleep, Manamo. Well, welcome on in, Raiders. I'm Babbling Bike, and I play too much Sentinel. We're working on a leveling build. This character has been blessed and cursed at the same time. This character has been blessed and cursed at the same time, so... This is solo character found, so we started with nothing. This character only shares a stash with itself. So We had no pre-existing progress to use. Leveling was okay. Leveling was okay. I think it could have been a little smoother, but for the most part, it was okay. Getting through monos was okay, but my first real problem was when... First real problem is it took forever for me to get a Temporal Sanctum key. I did the classic, get my passive points and idle slots, and then go to monos, and then get a Temporal Sanctum key, cut straight to the end to get your item faction. Well, I didn't get a Temporal Sanctum key for a while, and then by the time I got one, I went and knocked out the Temporal Sanctum and then forgot to join a faction until I hit Empowered Monoliths, not realizing that I was not in an item faction. So this character, for this point in the leveling process, is a little undergeared. I've had to make interesting decisions. As Dodane over there on YouTube pointed out, Healing Hands is probably your best in slot. Thing is, I'm not using Volatile Reversal. I don't really need the sustain because I'm not using the crit helm. And I needed a little extra damage than what I could get out of Healing Hands at the moment. So what this build is kind of turned into, it was a Rive build, but it's more like Void Cleave Erasing Strike with Rive drizzled on top. So when I can finally get some good gear for this character, we might go back to a few different things. I'm currently on that struggle bus. I think we need to be able to do 150 if I'm not mistaken. So another fracking arena? No. Arena? Okay. Rive next pack would be full void, which is awesome. Which is why I think this build would be better if you hold off and then play it in Season 2. Serapins. Finally got a pair of fracking Mercurial boots. I think everything will be stronger in Season 2 except Warpath. Really? You think the Warpath is probably getting nerfed with the Volatile Reversal being deleted essentially? Quite possibly, Dodane. Yes. We shall see what's happening. Yeah, because it really did benefit from that Volatile Reversal a lot. Okay. We shall see.
Stand down or die.
Thought Warpath was getting different damage variety? Possibly. Like at this point, all we can do is theorize, all right? I could theorize with you guys. Why? Because I'm not on the CT server. I am not under any NDA. I have no idea what is happening, and I can just absolutely theorize with you. Warpath is kind of a mana spender type build that revolves around getting back at... Yeah, to go back in time... To get the most damage out of it was to spend your mana, then go back in time and get all your mana back. Level 9 Humming Bee just dropped. Stick with what you're using. Humming Bee is kind of a meme sword. I'm sure somebody out there made a build with it, Brian. Stick with the fire starters. Beg him to spoil some beans. Or we can hug Mike's leg on his upcoming stream. I mean, we shall see, Windblaze. We shall see. Pindazen, thank you for the follow over here on Twitch.
Stand down or die.
We must have finally hit, yes, we hit level 6 in the... I'm like, I'm actually starting to find good stuff. EHG isn't one to kill a build that isn't bugged. Okay. So, Brow, tell me. Was Healing Hands Divine Bolt bugged? Because it looked like it was working as intended, and it was overtuned, and then they gutted that. Okay, that's fair. But they reduced a lot of things in that skill tree. A lot of things got cut in half, if not more. You think they're going to revive Divine Bolt? Yeah, wasn't there like an affix? I'm actually finally starting to find stuff. Healing Hands is still good, though? I've tried running Healing Hands as a solo build. I'm not even trying to get all the ward out of it. I'm just trying to do the damage. And it's a little rough. A lot of these nodes, like this got cut down, this got cut down, this got cut way down, but let's leave the ward on the side. In order to get this to work, you have to actually heal yourself or an ally. The only way you can do this is if you're missing health. What's the best way to do that? Low life. So thus, you end up having to do Divine Barrier a little bit to get this to interact. This got cut down. Like, all of these nodes just got cut way down. For self-sustain, but as like the mainline build, and which I agree, it might not have ever been designed to be a mainline build. Apathy's Maw is what I'm using. For Divine Bolt Healing Hands? No, for Void Knight Rive, I mean, I got one. You know, like we have one. It's okay. It unfortunately is so Odachi has less flat damage. That's a given. But what I'm able to do with it, I need, unless I want to use the crit helm, I'm going to need a source of crit. I right now don't have crit on Apathy's Maw. I have enough base crit on Odachi to kind of make up for it. I also got increased area. I got some flat. And then the melee critical strike multiplier is very strong. So let's go ahead and use Apathy's for a few runs. It might be a little bit better now, honestly, because I didn't have a couple points into Blade Master. But one thing that works really well with this build is the weapons master, so you get a further 10% melee attack speed, but only if you're using a sword. So I find the flat damage to be obviously a lot higher with apathies, but because the attack speed is not as good, it's like, you know, smashing somebody over the head or death by 1,000 cuts, right? Electrify, I don't really care about the Divine Bolt. I mean, that could be pretty good. Right. Yeah, you are not mistaken. I think eventually apathies would be fine. Yeah, because you're talking about weapon specialists, right? Void damage per vitality with an axe. Get you a little extra. It's certainly best in slot. Personally, apathies is just slow. The death by 1,000 cuts approach was fun. Very easy 10-10 Harvey run. It also finished quickly too, at most 8 to 10 hours. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, Dread. Yeah, my own run over here got hampered by the fact that I made it to Empowers and forgot to join an item faction. Oops. Okay, Dodane, are you being sarcastic here, or are you agreeing with me that this is slow? I'm poor. This. You usually don't join. I try to join as soon as possible. And now, because of the lack of crit, the only way I'm critting is with Erasing Strike. I mean, every once in a while, I'll get a crit on... I mean, yeah, like, the damage is there. We just need more consistent crit. I personally like Odachi. It feels really cool. Plus, I mean, like, if we turn this off... I mean, do we get, like, Lost Samurai or anything like that? I mean, come on, guys. This is hot, all right? I mean, just think about the thumbnail, bro. Rive does have increased crit, but it's... So, Rive used to give you guaranteed crit on the third hit. Now it's double crit. So, you still got to have some... You still got to have some crit somewhere in there. Where, you know... So, right now... I took some crit in Decimation, right? I took some crit right here. And then, wait, what happened? Oh. Move that. I took some crit here in Anomaly. That helps. But this 9% base crit is pulling some weight. You inspired me. You're playing the same build. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. T7 melee attack speed. I would have to agree with you, Dodane. It's so slow without it. That's why I'm using Odachi to kind of get away with it. But yeah, I do understand. We're losing out on the void damage per vitality. I'm also stress testing builds. I'm playing them and pushing them to their absolute extremes. You wouldn't do what I'm doing normally. I push my Harveys to 300 corruption as quickly as possible. I don't use my 70k favor when I should. I go out of my way to make it worse. Yeah, just so you can make sure a noob can pick it up and not hate it. Yeah, I got you. Void Cleave has a node to give Erasing Strike out absolute crit if it hits an enemy. Yes, Windblaze, it does. This is allowing for some cheap crits right here. Cheap crits for Erasing Strike. Yeah, absolutely. Bike just wants to be a knightish samurai. Yeah, sure. Also use Anomaly with attack speed with a cooldown reduction. Yes. I'm using the attack speed from Embrace the Darkness on Abyssal Echoes. Also, this is very nice for Void Cleave and Erasing Strike. And then I'm also using the attack speed here as well, though, dang. I mean, ultimately, I think my decision with this build would be don't play it unless you're leveling another character or you're in Merchant's Guild and you can go buy stuff you need. Like, I've gotten extremely lucky. Dread, I posted it in your Discord, the fact that I found a red ring at level 79. Unfortunately, it's not much use with this build. But I also found a +4 Void Cleave. Like, what? I'm still trying to get there elsewhere. Yeah, it's melee. This one's kind of slow. What if we did a dot build with healing hands, melee electrified, judgment, consecrated ground, or holy aura, sigils, smite, rupture, traversal? That's go have fun, bro. Yeah, at level 79. This is solo character found. All right. Right, like, it's not like I fired up this character and was able to. No, like, golly, man. The RNG. Believe me, I already clipped it and sent it to my wife. She'll have fun subtitling that one. You'll see it on YouTube at some point. You tried RF? Yeah, like, hey, what's good, Colorless December? Yeah, what do we mean by RF?
Stand down or die.
Yeah, you guys have gone on a bit annoying because you have to smash on judgment every 5 to 6 seconds. Righteous fire. Okay. I'm gonna feel really stupid if it's just a node. Actually, I don't play Judgment. You know what? I'm not gonna feel stupid. Who plays Judgment? Is there Righteous Fire in here? Righteous Decree? We got Righteous Decree. Judgment is fire dot. And RF is Righteous Fire from PoE. Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about. That's why I was like, Righteous Fire in last Epoch. Let me make sure I'm understanding this. There's an old build preseason one, which they called One Punch build. Really? Was it with Judgment? I think Dread might have featured that build on his channel before 1.0. Because didn't it like get nerfed? Didn't Judgment get nerfed? Judgment Call Punch. Yeah. I think I remember watching a video. And I think Dread was interviewing a guy who had made it. And like the dude was hitting for like millions or something. And then, lo and behold, I mean, I don't know if the nerfs were already planned, but like, yeah. I remember it got nerfed. I was like, really, guys? I mean, can Sentinel ever have something cool? There's Frostclaw over there, but, let's nerf the Judgment. Because some guy spent, 2 months trying to, make... Judgment was nerfed a long time ago. Yeah, yeah. Frost Claw is sick. Yeah, it is. Blue Beyond. Hope they keep it. Oh, it'll be kept. The real question is, what are they gonna do? You think in point? I thought it got nerfed with the release of the game in 1.0. Probably nerf it to the ground. I don't think they'll nerf it to the ground, but I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't know if Frost Claw was really the issue. It was the spark charges, right? If you nerf the node in Sorcerer that gave you a 100% chance to cast Spark Charge, that would probably balance it, right? Yeah, and like, don't go and nerf Spark Charges in and of themselves. It was being abused by the 100% chance to proc Spark Charge on hit. If you cut that in half to 50, Master E build? Okay, so I have 1 gaze. So if I kill this guy, it'll put me at 150. There we go. Yeah, Spark Charges is the issue. That's what I thought. No, we were talking about Judgment when it got nerfed. Oh, what the... Tanked that? Yeah, I tanked that one. I got lucky. Okay, so let's look at my defenses here. Right, I currently have 26% critical strike avoidance, and that's it. All right, let's party on. Let me see. Okay. I could probably put like some health on here. Okay. Okay, 12%. That's good. All right. Instead of maxing out mana, what I should do is re-roll the Implacence. Oh, question. That sword. What about which sword? Oh, I can nerf myself. Be a man. Oh, I nerf myself. Well, it's not my forever helm anyway. Actually, you know, that is kind of gendering it. Be a gamer. There we go. Yeah. The unique sword would Rive getting a void conversion. Would Rive healing hands make that sword god mode? Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know. Cause like, yeah, sure, like you're gonna be able to proc both. You're gonna be able to proc both, right? Because you're talking about Rive. right? So the fire damage from Healing Hands would activate the Void node, and then the Void node from Rive would activate the fire node. But you would get like this huge burst of damage for one hit every 2 seconds. It could be. It could be. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, technically, though, you can test this out right now. I mean, every 2 seconds, your next fire melee attack has a huge amount of melee void damage. And then your next void melee attack has a bunch of melee fire damage. Does it still count as melee? But Healing Hands isn't. Silly Wind Blaze. Melee's for everybody. Seraph Blade. Yeah, Seraph Blade. Healing Hands is converted into a melee attack. Then, Cleric's Hammer. You use Cleric's Hammer for this. Healing Hands is chance to on melee hit for Healing Hands. Bam, there you go. What? It doesn't get the what doesn't get the tag?
Stand down or die.
Great. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it does get the melee tag, right? Like, there was an issue when the skill first came out. It wasn't getting the melee tag, but I'm pretty sure it gets the melee tag now. Yeah, it got fixed a while ago. I remember when it first came out, though, they were having issues with it not getting the tag. Okay, you know what? This is going to be for science. This is for science. Yeah, it gets the melee tag. Blue Beyond, are you taking Seraph Blade? It gets the melee tag. I mean, my face might be blocking it a little bit. Hold up. Blue Beyond, what is your in-game what is your actually that's not how can you send me a screenshot? Join my Discord. Pop that in the last Epoch chat. Or yeah, it's got the melee tag. All right. Void cleaving a racing strike's fine, but the damage could be a little off. You hope they buff Abyssal Echoes because it feels like it does no damage. Abyssal Echoes in and of itself, I mostly use Abyssal Echoes to support other skills and abilities.
Stand down or die.
Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about. For some reason, when you mouse over Healing Hands, it's not showing, even though you have Seraph Blade activated, it sounds like a bug. It sounds like a bug. You could try, I mean, I know this is stupid. You could try respecing it and then putting points in it again. Or you can report it as a bug because you notice Blue Beyond, it also says Healing Hands is costing 11 mana. Didn't you take you took all the mana reduction nodes. Yeah, it's still costing 11 mana. So it's bugged. Yeah, like look. Yeah, you took the mana Bubba, thank you so much for subscribing. For 3 months in advance. Thank you, Bubba. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the community. Yeah, you got you got 4 points spent into mana, yet you haven't reduced the cost of the mana at all. Your interface is bugged. Send a report. Hey, what's good, man? Hey, what's up, Trevor? Welcome back, man. Do I think it's a consideration? I will admit I haven't tried that before, Dodane. It could be. It could be. You get the benefits of the you get the benefits of having both melee and well, you get the benefits of having two-handers. It's the only thing is, ooh, this might be a consideration. I would prefer void damage. All right, I would prefer void damage, but it might be a consideration. I mean, yeah, you're still going to get good damage from... I mean, Scepter is... I mean, if you get a 2 LP, you're sitting pretty... Like that's pretty good to get a 2 LP. It's not impossible. I've never seen 3 LP, but I'm sure they exist of this Scepter. I've gotten 2 LPs on the Scepter. They give so much... dot damage, but yeah, like it would allow you to dual wield and then you can use a sword. I wish we could dual wield axes. That would be really cool, Dode, and like our primalist buddies can, you know. Sentinels can't be cool like that. I don't know, like sometimes I just feel like the devs hate Sentinel. I know they don't, but I mean sometimes. Prep to go to sleep and thought I'd pop up and say hi. Hey, I appreciate it, Treble, man. You rest well.
Stand down or die.
I will say this, you might lose some of your flexibility, Dodane, just in terms of converting Void Cleave into a traversal skill, but at the same time, it does sound like you might gain some versatility there. I hope for the future, though, for Void Cleave, that they remove the two-handed axe and sword requirement. I can get with the two-handed requirement, but just be a two-handed requirement. Two-handed sword and axe is a little restrictive. It would be cool to like use a spear with this. Dual wield two-handed is ultimate wet dream for every melee, like how Barbarian does in D2. Didn't they bring that into Path of Exile as well? I don't know if it got changed. Yeah, two-handed in general makes sense. Yeah, because I would like to use a spear. Imagine using Void Cleave and then, you know, also having like Javelin. Like you use the Void Cleave for certain things. Giant Bloods, yeah. Titan can wield two-handers. Can wield two-hander as one-hander in PoE 2. Level 11 just dropped Hammer of Laurent. Firestarter's Torch is just fun for now. Hammer of Laurent's good. It's a good starter, but that's more if you're doing a melee build. Firestarters is going to carry you for a while, Brian. Grim Constitution. That's actually not a half bad one to get. I need the poison res. I need the poison res. And I can't use this yet, huh? Of course I can't use this. Why would I be able to use nice things? Attack speed is super slow for me on Hammer of Lorraine. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. I like the chains. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I feel like... It feels like so many developers are scared of Melee. I don't know. I feel like whenever Melee starts looking good, it gets nerfed. Straight and simple. I have never pushed a Melee build past 1,000 corruption. I think the highest I pushed a Melee build was like 700 corruption. Gonna take a nap. Been awake since 5 a.m. today. Well, what time is it there now, Windblaze? Are you Eastern time? But nonetheless, 11:30. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. It's 8:30 here, so you must be Eastern. Yeah, you get some good rest, Windblaze. I would agree with you on that one, Dodan. Because Rive kind of encapsulates what we would want Melee to be. You'd want it to be quick, do a lot of damage, and kind of combo because you're going to have limited windows, right? I would say Melee would get a problem if it does all that and then you could just stand here and face tank as well, right? I feel like Melee's either got to be like your tanky is all hell, but your damage is not as great, or your damage is high, but you got limited windows. You can't just sit there and face tank the entire time. And I feel like developers don't really want to give the whole face tank approach a possibility, because what if you combine face tank with range? So why not give a whole bunch of damage to Melee? I don't know. Rive is so good. Rive just kind of suits the... It suits the fantasy. Yeah, I agree too, right? And then it's balanced by the fact that, well, you got to move up to the character. You got to move up to him, and you're probably not going to be able to just stand there and face tank. I made dual-wielding multi-strike bleed paladin the other day. He attacks pretty fast. I have no idea if it's good. Hey, you know what? That sounds cool, though. White Wolves and Shatter Strike Spellblade are other two melees that feel alright. I think melee on bursty builds like a Racing Strike or Shadow Cascade is not bad. I mean, yeah, I get it. People like the bonks, right? People like the bonks that you can get. But you sometimes get so much area of effect out of a Racing Strike, it feels less of a melee skill, if that makes sense. Ugh. My answer to that, Blue Beyond, would be increase the damage instead of trying to create a damage window. Instead of like, oh, okay, for the same amount of time it takes Frostclaw to do this amount of damage, melee should be able to do the same. No, I think melee should do double and then have the same, like, attack window. Because then what's going to happen? Melee's got to run away, reposition, get out the way, and range, unless it's something huge, is going to just keep shooting. Or maybe you have to reposition, but you don't have to reposition much, right? Like, let's say something is, you know, let's say there's an enemy right here. And he's shooting, right? And he's going to fire a big attack. If I'm ranged, what do? I sidestep, keep shooting. If I'm melee, I'm right in front of his face. I like have to roll out the way, maybe come back over here, and then I can start attacking it again. Okay, well, my endurance is going to suffer, but I have to use this. All right. I feel like I just leave that there for now, and I put on health. Is my lightning resist? No, my lightning resistance is not going to suffer. Okay, you know what? It is not the worst possible thing. Bam, there we go. Sure, maybe I should have rolled off the shield throw critical strike chance, but 3 out of 4 ain't bad. I mean, I do lose some strength, but we're good now. This is a really good thing. I mean, the biggest thing is we're now at 43 endurance, so I got to figure out some endurance. I got some endurance right there. So helmet, relic. I don't think you can do endurance on belt, reins, gloves. I don't think you can do it on boots. Probably ring chain. Yeah, my rings need to be updated. Like this. This is fine. I would have to give up the health, but I can go for a better base. This one's okay. Wait, can I actually craft a better? Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I could do better with this ring. And one thing that can help with all of my resistances, if I'm going to go down the Leonine's path, is to take resist all from this timeline. I got endurance in this timeline. If I can actually, if I get the better blessing here in this timeline, then I should be set. Because you can get like up to 30% endurance from the blessing. I was gonna say, oh, let me run back to town and because I found it on a different character once. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Solo character found. Hammer of Loren, huh?
Stand down or die. Stand down or die.
I think we can turn that one off now. Two shards. What Sentinel class? Paladin. Like, don't get me wrong, Void Knight's really cool, but I'm doing Bleed Hammers, unless Bleed Hammers is just dead. Like, I won't know until patch notes. But, you know, Javelin looks pretty good. Like, I could do a Javelin version instead. Though, I mean, it's going to be a little slow. It's going to be a little slow because you don't even get Javelin until level 18. But yeah, starting Paladin. It's just a lot of good options there. Abyssal Decay Duration. Okay, so we're getting health. I don't need the critical strike avoidance. I don't think the abyssal decay duration is going to do much for me. What's my foraging? 45. I could add health. The only thing I'm looking at right here is the reduced bonus damage taken from crits. No, it doesn't attack. It doesn't affect the attack speed buff. The buff lasts 5 seconds. Now, one thing that it will do is keep them blinded for longer, which is a form of critical strike avoidance, right? An enemy is blind, they can't crit you. I feel like there's probably a better affix. I'm going to hold on to it for right now. No, well, I mean, it's not perfect for that, right? It's not perfect because you would have to reapply it to each new group of enemies. But look, now they're all blinded. Now I can't be crit by them. I use it for damage, right? I'm not like, oh, look, this is the best defensive skill. I mean, it's a bonus, right? It's a bonus. I'll be right back. I find that I'm too greedy with vitality plus Rive on mana affects. I would agree. Like the mana here is like whatever. I would prefer vitality. I would probably prefer some level of Rive here. I can definitely use at least 2 levels of Rive, but this is fine. Speaking of Rive. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So that's a more multiplier. That's a more multiplier. More multiplier, more multiplier. More multiplier. Alright, cool.
Stand down or die.
They have 35% critical strike avoidance. Let's cleanse that, then go fight Rive and the Harbinger.
Stand down or die.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's slow. Thanks for your time today, Bike. Getting some lunch. Catch you later, Brian. In case anybody's wondering, Brian lives in Australia. All right. I'm getting some lunch. I'm like, it's like, you know, where I'm living right now, it's time for people to go to bed. Here we go.
This despair, oblivion burns within me. This world earth is free. Do you deny it? My shadow will cover this world once more. My vengeance pains, this despair, oblivion burns within me. This world ends. Do you think my defeat changes anything?
Here we go, guys. Harbinger time.
You will be forgotten.
He got erased. Oh, come on. Give me emptiness of ash. All those micro movements is why melee should do more damage, because it is loss of damage windows. Exactly, Dodane. That was my, like, you saw how much I had to move around just to avoid getting hit.
I just need to not make a habit of it. So this place is going to get...
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and call it. So if you're over here on Twitch, let's see who else is streaming. Cap. So good to see Cap back. All right. If you guys are over here on Twitch, say hi to Captain P67 for us. Dude, this guy, man, he's putting in work. Good to see him back in the Twitch directory. I will be back again tomorrow, guys, and we will be blasting some more. And then on Saturday, I got a concert. And then Sunday, I'm going to try and work on a video and possibly go live. I'm also going to go see a movie. I got a busy weekend. So hopefully you guys have yourselves a good one. And I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Let's say hi to Captain P67. All right. And YouTube, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the likes. You guys take care. Peace out.